My name is Sarah Bond. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the head of ecosystem for.
And now, Thames Television brings you the program that's bigger than this, more daring than this.
So, in 2 days' time, Avowed by Obsidian Studios, because they are a rather bunch of silly fuddy-duddies, that game is getting officially released. And it's so bad in terms of the premium edition, even Amazon had to reduce the game by £20 just to entice you to buy it. But guess what, folks? There's a brand new drama that's on the horizon regarding Avowed. Some are calling it a victory for people who can't stand woke ideology, Marxist ideology in a video game. But me, I agree with the comments I've seen on X, which is basically, it's kind of a win, but it's not really. What am I talking about? There is a pronoun selector in the game, but it's also optional.
Hotter than this. More exciting than this. Yes, hallelujah, it's the video show. And now, the man the BBC calls...
Jason King on Kung Fu Hot Dog.
So, courtesy of that Park Place, Avowed backtracks on pronoun display as Obsidian Fart director Matthew Hansen maintains a big distance from social media after his ridiculous outburst against Elon Musk. Now listen, I might sit here and I might have lots of praise for Musk and his 13 children. Yes, the man just couldn't keep that little zipper zipped up permanently, could he? I don't think he's always right, and sometimes Musk I find absolutely cringe. But when he hits the landing, when he's finally on that runway, I'll say, yeah, I'll give him some points. And of course, what he talked about earlier on in the year is that video games or any other form of entertainment should be devoid of silly pronoun nonsense. So when we get into this, folks, what do they say here? So what it is, Mark Kern, aka Grums, actually had early access to Avowed, and he discovered and took a screenshot of the optional pronoun which can be disabled, which I find absolutely hilarious. So here it is. Game difficulty normal, because I'd rather play it that way, or even easy. The voice, identifier, they, them, he, she, who cares. But underneath, display identifier in player character sheet, and you have an option for no. Below that, you've got yes, yes for other specific facial features. And as it says, as Kearns has said here, Avowed forced to review, or rather to add the option to disable pronouns in a RPG fantasy role-playing game. Okay, whatever Matt Hansen was threatening with the default and putting wokeness in the game, he's been soundly rebuked. He hasn't posted to social media in 2 months. Now, I know this because when I posted to Matt Hansen on Blue Socials over 2 months ago, the dude did not respond to my cheeky comments. I can't imagine why. Well, actually, I can, because if he chose to make some kind of a response, whether it was blocking me or anything else, I in turn would then go and put it out there on YouTube. And the video as well. But honestly, it is quite funny. Now, while this could be a victory lap for people like me and people like you, I wouldn't really say that it is, because look, Emerald Apple states here, should not even be an option, to be honest. Pronouns are part of the Marxist woke ideology. Still not good. This is not a win. It is still promoting transgender ideology. It should not be in the game at all.
But he, him, she, her, and they, them, and then your gender is man, woman, non-binary. Love that. Love the inclusivity. Top surgery scars are also included in this for all of our trans and non-binary rooks out there.
Nobody wants this forced pronoun or woke ideology in their games or lives. It's a religious cult to those people, which is why they're so fanatical in pushing it onto everyone, which is true. Now, that does actually bring me to an actual comment here on That Part Places article, because somebody stated the most ridiculous thing I've actually seen, which is this. If not abused, pronouns could have been useful online. Hell, please tell me. It can be helpful to know if someone is male or female, because quite clearly their vocal cords won't actually give that away. Or perhaps if they're on a webcam, are you still trying to tell me, bub, that you can't tell if that's a dude or a woman that's talking to you on the other side? Give me a break, will you?
She looks quite feminine to me. He's gay. This is a man? Already I can see. He's gay. He's straight.
But if their screen name is not clear, I know mine isn't, but I prefer it that way. But if their screen name is not clear, if they use the identifier of she or they, that's going to hopefully alleviate things. Really? Are you sure? Because that's actually bowing into absolute mentalized mental pressure. I don't think that's actually a good idea at all. They have never been useful. What they're useful at doing is inducing rolling eyeballs all over the place, because nobody buys into the pronoun nonsense at all.
Me screwball now. Snuggle. Whee!
It's not a victory, because if you're talking about the fact that it's a disabled function of the game, then you're still spending money to buy the game, and you're still supporting a ridiculous ideology that should not exist in the first place. So in some ways, Matt Hansen and Microsoft, who obviously have Obsidian under their belt, are laughing about this, because like, yeah, bro, we got your money. You're not going to get it back unless you've played the game for less than 2 hours on Steam. But at the end of the day, you're still indirectly supporting transmission ideology, which nobody should at this stage. And with the hits that Avowed has taken over the past few days, with being very glitchy, the character design is very uninspired, the script is absolutely awful, which again does not surprise me, because this is the same Obsidian team who didn't write the first Outer Worlds. That original team is working on the sequel. This is another offshoot of that team of very inexperienced individuals, and I cannot say I'm surprised. I always knew there would be a pronoun function in the game. What I didn't know was that it would actually be disabled. The option to disable it is there. Again, I think they should bring in some modders from Nexus Mods. You know, I'm obviously trolling you when I say that, because Nexus Mods supports this kind of dog shit anyway. But if there was any way to get a mod in to remove it completely, I think that would be absolutely hilarious. But it doesn't matter, because the damage has been done. Matt Hansen wanted to make sure pronouns were in the game to spite Elon Musk, who I mentioned at the beginning of this video. And how's that working out for you, Matt? I guess not very much. And I checked him on LinkedIn a few moments ago. He still has a job as a fart director with Obsidian Studios. But the question remains, how long will that last for? Will he be dethroned? Will he go somewhere else in Microsoft or Obsidian? Will he take a lesser role and spread his damage elsewhere? Well, that only remains to be seen, folks. But if you were me, and if I were you, perhaps you might want to return for the next video.
Were some of, because obviously there's more biomes other than just that. So what were some of the things that inspired you for the art in Avowed?
Since I can remember, I've been told that I have a gay voice, and the internet loves to tell me that I sound like the honey badger.